Eamon the incel filming a king, a legend, a god. Well,
I'm rolling paper.
Well, I'm rolling also paper.
Oh, come on, it's my
Hey,
thing.
we're rolling in paper now. Welcome back to the yard. We got a sponsor.
Woo! Stay with me for a moment. I want to paint a picture. Imagine while you're looking at this man. Imagine that you are him. Okay, you're hungry, obviously.
If this is going where I think it's going, I'm gonna be upset at you.
But what are you hungry for? It's not just slop.
Slop, trough food, mud water.
You're sitting there. You're watching a lot at home because you're stinky too.
No, not during the rain.
We did do a disservice last episode.
What happened?
And I'm on the pulse of the yard community.
The news.
The yard news.
The yard news. People were irate that you never told your Republican girl story.
Dude, okay. All right.
People were mad because we talked about it, and what did Tisa go? Hey, is that story where you had sex with that Republican?
Yeah, and then we just roll
by it. Former TikTok star who was murdered by her
Hold
boyfriend.
on, is it the news?
It's news time, Ludwig. Give us the news.
Her body was found.
Dude, one time as adults, me and Anthony went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And,
because you should be hungry for privacy.
Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, and there's a whole dozen Krispy Kreme donuts sitting on the asphalt, and me and Anthony are hovering over it.
But like a full dozen, which means they didn't take one.
Okay,
No,
here's
not a
what it
single
is.
one.
Let me describe it. It's a fresh, clean box of Krispy Kreme. We open it because it looks so clean, and it's literally 12 glazed, untouched donuts.
Like if you were gonna trap a kid outside of a Chuck E. Cheese, this is what you would leave there.
It's
you would leave it
beautiful.
under the box with the stick.
Yeah, we skipped it.
And if I can set the stage a little bit, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Please.
But this is in the era where Anthony lived and slept in my closet.
Yeah.
Because it was in between jobs, and rather than just find a new place to stay, he's like, well, I'll just sleep in your
You're
closet.
not laying it thick enough. It has become a personality trait for him.
I cite it every
to
time.
talk about how he lived in a closet.
I cite it whenever the chips are down, and I need to say what I've been
I'm glad we started collectively pushing back on this.
Yeah.
one.
So I'm taking this home.
I look at him and I go, no. I mean, it's in the middle of the street. You can't just take it. And he's
Nick
like,
is fresh off of being, affluent man, and you're fresh off being a house rat. So I can see why this juxtaposition happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you'd literally been sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
and at the time, while we were there, I was third wheeling on a date.
Ludwig wants the secret of his weight to be private, but he can't because it physically appears on him.
Fucking fight you.
But he can't.
I can't wait for you to heal. I can't
So
wait for you to heal.
NordVPN.com/yard. It's like a VPN.
Step to me.
It is a VPN.
It is a VPN.
It isn't like a VPN.
Here's the thing. There's no VPN for your
imagine here.
body.
Let me give you a visual. So Ludwig's trying to attack slime, and me, NordVPN comes in, and I pull out a switchblade. And I say, hey Ludwig, you can't do that, or I'll fucking kill you. We're all hovering over these donuts, and he's just like willingly in front of this date, being like, I want to take these home and eat these. And I'm like, bro, I mean, live your life, king.
Yeah.
He's not good at impressing.
And then
Yeah, she was cool.
I get so bored at the monotony of just regular streams and regular schedule.
Yeah, you can't, you need to smother like baby ducks to come now. I was in a bit of a pickle, right? I'm living in this closet for $200 a month, which is great.
Great deal.
I live with all my buds. I have a new cool job at Beyond the Summit, right? This is all great for me.
27, mind you.
years old?
28, I think. 27, 28.
I was
No,
27. 8. Yeah.
Wait,
It's
3
years ago. It's 3 years ago.
No, I was 27 and then 28. Yeah. But either way, so what, dude?
No, I think it adds context.
How old are you?
I'm 26 right now.
Cap.
What do you what? I'm not saying this. I'm more so saying like
Oh, you're just
because
giving
it's
context,
different
yeah.
when you're 19 bring a girl back to a closet.
Yeah.
28.
Well, that's the
That
thing.
is different.
Yeah,
That is true.
I
A
also,
28-year-old
actually is-
woman
yeah,
is a
yeah.
lot different to bring back to
I
a
also would
closet.
never. So what I did was that when I would meet girls and we'd go on dates and we'd have good times or whatever, or we'd like click, I would have to. Basically, I would tell the truth. I was like, listen, I sleep at my friend's house in like a small room.
I would tell the truth. I would tell the truth.
Interesting. Closet guy disappears when it matters most.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna tell the truth to her. It's,
Hey,
And also,
to my
I'm
God.
gonna hide where he lives. That's what NordVPN does for your data online.
NordVPN.
right.
They'll fucking kill you.
Jeff Bezos, who made news today because he's gonna fly into space. What's
you.
fucked up is the guy on the left. I think that's him. There's an 18-year-old on this flight, or maybe like some college grad whose dad basically bought him the seat.
I heard about that.
Because there was a random person,
Really?
there was anonymous bidding, there was an auction. It sold for $28 million for a spot, and the guy backed out for scheduling conflicts.
Okay.
Which is crazy to back out on a $28 million
you would literally
flight.
do that.
For $28 mil?
And then
I thought it was funny.
we look into the Chuck E. Cheese and we see that there's Guitar Hero, and we're like, do you think we can go in there as adults and like play video games?
Yeah.
And so we walk in, and we ask the person, hey, can we just hang out here? And he's like, yeah.
Hang out near the kids.
Whatever. So we go in, and Anthony's talking shit.
Yeah.
Anthony's like, oh, Guitar Hero, bro.
I'm still good at it. I really.
He's
I
like,
want to
I
fucking
play-
rematch you now.
He's
and
like,
it was
I play
3
real
years ago.
guitar, bro. You fucking think you play me a
Dude,
toy
what a
guitar
boomer
game?
thing to
And
say.
I play Guitar Hero too.
And I'm looking
a
at
lot.
him. I'm looking at him like,
5-star Freebird. Fuck you.
Dude, I'm sorry. I have to ask because I'm forgetting. Why the fuck is Nick a Republican?
Yeah, I was curious about this too.
Dude, we had the conversation.
This is all of us, and I remember having it, and all I remember
but
is like
I don't-
walking
I don't-
away, laughing and going,
bagels.
Nick's a
Yeah,
Republican.
but I can't explain. I can't explain why it's funny.
I think look. This happens a lot. We talk about something off the clock, and we're like, "That's funny,"
oh, and it's a banger.
and
And
then
then you come back,
and then we
it's
have to
like,
revisit it. But this is an indictment of Nick Anders Gaming.
Cool.
You what?
No, I'm with you.
Oh, is the phone ringing?
No, I'm just touching it.
No, yeah.
Piece of shit.
What?
So
Get on there.
That's
Yeah.
I've got a studio. I've got a studio I live in.
closet guy when it's convenient.
I doubt Slime without the movies and they got popcorn and there's no butter. He goes, it's all right. I sleep in a closet.
My place actually is a walk-in closet. It's a really nice place.
Yeah. A lot of storage.
So I matched with this girl on Tinder, and she was like 25 or something. She's
2017.
pretty.
Trump's in the White House.
Trump is in the White House, and she's pretty cute, and I'm like, okay, cool. And so we end up meeting at this boba place, and we sit down and we start having a conversation the way you do. And like Eamon had said before on the podcast, I'm a great date. I'm very fun, and I make joke and connect and all that stuff.
To be clear, I think the scheduling conflicts is cap. I think he's just a pussy and doesn't want to go to space.
Okay.
There's no way he's like, I have a golf game that's more important than going into fucking space and being like the 7th person to do it that's not an astronaut.
That's horseshit. Yeah, he's
I don't
lying.
know,
There's no
man.
universe.
Maybe he's really wanted to play with Phil Mickelson his entire life.
Yeah.
and Phil can only make
Phil
it work
could
one
wait.
day.
Phil could wait a day. There's no excuse for anything on Earth that would stop you from going.
I
to
like the
space.
idea of Phil being like, he's like, oh, sorry, Phil, I gotta go to space, and he's like, you're bailing on me.
Nick was so close to becoming a Republican
Yeah.
his whole life.
Uh-huh.
You had a MacBook growing up.
Uh huh.
You piece of shit.
Yeah.
You grew up in Orange County,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and you could have been a Republican.
All this is really true.
What do you think stopped you from being a piece of
Fat
shit?
like an elephant.
I know exactly what.
What
Well,
was
do you want a funny answer or the real answer? I have the real answer.
I want the funny answer.
I don't have a funny
this
answer.
is a podcast.
Bro, I'm Fat Jarvis in this Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm looking at him like, you want me to do this, bro, on your date? You want me to do this on your date, bro? And we walk up, and he's like, what difficulty do you want to play on? I'm like,
You had to ask.
I did not say that. You're making shit
I'm
up.
like,
You're making shit up. You're doing what he did earlier.
I like the idea of
I'm
Nick-
like, we can
Eamon
go.
searched up baby penises. You're talking about the difficulty on Guitar Hero.
I like this. I
Two
like
true
the
things.
vision of him looking at your girlfriend, then looking back at you and going, "You sure, brother?"
Like a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
So he's hovering easy. I go, let's.
No, I'm not. God damn it. I said expert, of course. I was very confident.
He's got one hand on his dick. He's in one pointer
I'm like,
finger.
I didn't even know there was multiple
Shut the
difficulties.
fuck up. You have no idea how much every time I think about this, I'm like, I literally want to buy Guitar Hero right now and knock on Nick's door and be like, get the fuck downstairs right now.
So Anthony takes out a pair of cut-off gloves and puts them on each hand. He licks his fingertips.
My daddy showed me this.
And then I look back at her and I wink. And I go, this one's for you, sweetheart.
Hey, this will be quick, babe.
And so, okay.
The first thing was wrong was when she said, "You're real, like Jordan Peterson."
And then she walked in the boba shop and said, I love this Oriental spot.
Yeah. No,
You got the best zingers, like Ben Shapiro.
you joke, but like, so here was the first red flag. we started talking and stuff, and then this is around the time like Moana came out, and I remember we were just talking about movies, and I was like, oh, I saw Moana. I was like, actually, I didn't really like it, because that's true. I thought it was like not the best, whatever animated movie. And she's like, yeah, you know what? Me neither. I had a
Finally, someone said it.
She dead ass says this. She's like, I didn't like how everyone made so much of a big deal how they were and she's searching for the words.
Yeah. Oh no.
And she lands on colored.
Oh,
dude. Getting good at being rejected is one of the most important things I've done.
It also secretly makes your success rate higher.
Yeah,
because you take the rejection with like so much stride, and you stay friends with that person, and eventually they're like, that was kind of sick, and then sometimes they eventually become into you.
No, that's bad.
I was saying, it happens.
No,
it
shut
literally happens.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It literally happens.
Don't say that.
all the time.
Oh, you're
Bro.
bailing on me.
It's like, dude, you always flake.
I drove from Arizona for this.
I was number 2 on the PGA rank.
I feel like, you know what? I'll let you know when I'm free.
Have you seen my career? I've been to the moon and back. It's not that exciting.
fucking devil went down to Georgia in a Chuck E. Cheese.
And I'll say it was a fucking quick 2-0, dude. It was a quick 2-0 on my part. I fucking dusted him.
You didn't dust me.
I fucking dusted him.
And Slime sadly takes off the
Dude,
gloves.
I'm so mad.
Slime's trying to get his pinky to touch the orange button.
I'm
He's
so
like stretching
mad.
Don't
Shut
look
the
at me,
fuck up.
honey.
I move all
Don't
four.
look
I
at
move
me.
my whole.
This
That's how I
was a
play.
real
I
guitar.
changed my positions.
He's like, that one's called a hammer.
The embarrassing
When you
thing.
do
The
this.
embarrassing thing is that I played Guitar Hero before I played real guitar.
Do you think that's more embarrassing than losing at a Chuck E. Cheese?
No,
On a date.
it's more embarrassing than than the origin story he said. It's all embarrassing.
And then Nick slept with his girlfriend.
Yeah, she was just like that night. She was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go in his room," and I'm
I
like,
was
"Oh,
like,
you sure?"
Hey, is it cool if we take the donuts too? You fine with that?
Oh, by the way, yeah, we bring those donuts home.
I'm like, hey kid, here. I flick him a donut.
Hits me in the face.
Slowly sucks down.
Get yourself something nice.
What word does she normally find there where she doesn't
So this
interrupt
is
her
what
own
I was
thoughts,
thinking, right? When he told me this the first time, I was like, dude, if that's the word that she searched for and got to, what did she then where
skip
was she
over?
at before?
Dude, I know.
N-word version 2, N-word version 3.
I know. And so already I'm like, holy shit, this person sucks, right? But she's really pretty. And I'm like,
Anyway,
it's so bad.
Make sure to hit up your ex. It's never too late.
Remember, be their friend and hedge your bets until they finally realize.
Do not be deceptive.
They will
But what I will
eventually
say,
have to love you.
By the way, we bring those donuts home, and every time Ludwig goes makes fun of me for being a rat, he ate the donut first.
no, we didn't tell him.
No.
Yes, we did.
What happened is you guys came home and you said, I got a dozen donuts. And then by the time you explained they were on the floor, it was like in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
No, it happened. 100% happened. No, I got
You
really
didn't.
lucky. I have like super tight parents who are not like very political in any
Yeah.
way. And then my sister's gay, and
Yeah, gay
like
sister.
most of my friends weren't white.
That's why you can wear those sandals.
I get one pair of Birkenstocks a year.
Red flag number 1, Moana.
We're in this boba shop, and
Yeah.
it's like, fine, okay. And so other than that, she seems really interested in me, and I'm like, okay, sure. And I want to make it clear, I don't have any intention of like being in a relationship with this person already.
Yeah.
Because like I would never be in a relationship with someone who like searched to find a word to describe someone who is not white and landed on that one. Right?
Who's also Hawaiian.
Right, like what the fuck? What is she? I cannot believe it.
It's Hawaiian.
So okay, and so she's like, we're really like, she's really excited to like be with me, and she's like, do you want to get some food? And I'm like, oh sure, because we're just drinking boba. And she's like, do you want to go to Denny's? I like Denny's.
I think you guys told me I was about to bite it, and you're like, no, because the slime will troll you, but there's a line where he's like, he'll be like, oh,
I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah,
And it might have formaldehyde in it.
Yeah. Don't eat it, just a little
that's
bit.
the cold one.
Come one. Come ones. It's a.
Would you guys do a challenge?
It's a wing show.
Dozen donuts glazed. One of them I came on.
And so NordVPN.com/theyard, and
Sup, Nate?
Mask your IP. I shouldn't say like Hooters or something. Buffalo
what?
Wild Wings. You want to go Buffalo Wild Wings?
Denny's is
You know
terrible.
B-dubs? I know the guy there with the tattoo of the flag on his chest. And
I get a great deal on wings.
yeah.
You
only
have to eat one donut, but you have to pick, and if you pick the cum one, you have to eat it all.
But what do I win?
You gotta finish
if
it.
you don't pick the cum one, you win $10K.
Wow, this is good odds.
That's
yeah,
insane
what the
odds.
fuck? I would
I would eat the cum donut for $10K. I don't care. I know you're clean.
I would also do that.
Don't shake on eating my cum, you fucking weirdos.
Welcome aboard. Like, yeah, sure. She's like, yeah, I know the Denny's near here. So we both drove, and then so
That's sick. She knew one.
we both drive to the Denny's. Dude, we get a table, and it's the Denny's, and she's sitting down, and our waiter is an Asian guy. He's Asian American, and he's like, and I'm already like, oh, fuck me, man. And she's like,
The boss music starts to play. Dun,
She's like
dun,
gripping her
dun,
fork
dun.
and knife really aggressively.
way back in the day, you remember Daddy? He would,
The Smash player.
yeah, he would.
Yeah, you can't just throw that out.
Yeah, saying that is crazy.
You remember
with no
Daddy, right?
explanation. You know our daddy.
Tell them about Dad.
Welcome aboard.
10K's 10K, baby.
I might have to lower the money
Dude,
amount.
I don't know why.
You wouldn't do this.
No, no shot.
What would you do it for?
Free.
She apparently comes to this Denny's a lot, and when the guy, serves, like puts drinks down, and gets our drinks and walks away, she's like, that guy's always in here, and he's so rude to me. He's so rude, and she won't stop talking about how this particular server is just really mean.
At her regular Denny's that she goes to all the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, probably, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'll have the Grand Slamwich American cheese.
dude, a dollar amount,
I gotta finish it.
100. Well, yeah, you
It's not a bite. I gotta finish the whole
gotta
thing.
finish it.
Dude, that's so crazy to
Let me
make them finish the whole
I'm
thing.
backpedaling. $22,000.
You wouldn't do it for 20.
No.
Really? You would say no
In the-
to
in the
his
mo-
face.
in the
This
moment
is
he
the
said
most
yes.
annoying game Slime plays. He'll play in every situation in life, like how much money actually.
Exactly.
And then the moment you say any number, he'll go 1 or 2K below and be like, really?
Hold
Yeah.
on. Do
Really?
pe-
Not
do people-
99.99K.
Do people know I did it, or is it just me and Ludwig?
Just you and
I'll
Ludwig.
tell people on a
150K.
podcast.
Hey, well, he'll,
150?
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it for 100.
No.
Wait, nobody ever finds out?
140.
No.
7K.
Slime.
Cap, right? It's cap though, right?
No, he
it's
wouldn't.
cap.
I don't think he'd do 140.
150. I'm sorry. Do I gotta say that shit again, bro? It's the one after
All right,
149.
Zipper, bring out the case.
I am so kind of just checked out, and whenever she's talking, I'm just like, and I don't have any energy or brightness at all, and so she's like, she's still having a very good time, and she's like, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. What do you like?
I'm going to a Bernie rally.
And I'm about to tee up and say, my room is so tiny, because it's looking like it's going toward that direction where we're gonna go to someone's place or something. And she's like, oh, well, I live with my dad, so I don't think we could.
Because he'll kill you and shoot you with a gun.
Her dad was a cop. I forgot that
Oh.
part. I forgot, but that comes into play later.
She spawns from
Dude,
cops.
holy shit. Oh my god, there's still so much more to this. So we go, and she's like, we go out to Denny's. She's like, what I haven't gone to in a while is a drive-in. And there's a drive-in where near where we are, and I was like, yeah, me neither. I was like 5 years old. I saw the Batman movie where he had the nipple, and it's striking me now where she kind of took me to a place that was very Americana, right? She took me to Denny's, and then she took me to a drive-in.
Yeah.
She was very attracted to this idea of an American good
This
time.
is like the Republican Midsommar.
But
She's like, here, drink this
But
Pabst.
I went to a boba shop, and that's for her. I bet she was like, "Fuck this." Dude, I remember.
Did she order
now.
Coke?
We went, and she was like, she didn't like the things they had, and she made a point to say that, and I'm like, now I get it.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. So, all right,
Can I just get can I get an American coffee?
Do you guys have Bang or or maybe a Truly?
Bud Light, please. No, I don't want the little balls in there. Obama's a Muslim. Let's go. Let's party.
Oh my god.
We go to the drive-in, and it's the only movie that's playing right now is Jumanji with Dwayne the Jock Ronson,
Right.
And you know, he's not a white guy, so I'm surprised she wanted to see that movie.
He's also in Moana.
He is.
He's also
yeah.
in
It's
that
poetic,
movie.
isn't it?
My girlfriend absolutely obliterated you in the
Oh,
pong,
yeah, beer pong.
which is
Oh, did you get crossed up?
His girlfriend is a Chad, and he is a beta.
this has come up on every podcast Ludwig and I have been on together, which is fun. But
Yeah.
no, she's a beast. She's a beast on the field.
So you got the just mixed up on the.
She
on the
was
table.
so wet. She hit like 3 final cups in a row, like just last
Why you
cup.
gotta say my girlfriend was so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Why
I
would
feel
you
like-
say that? Why did you say that?
Thank you for saying it. And then so it's there was like another car, and that was the only other car in the drive-in, and we have sex in the drive-in.
Wow.
During the movie.
Was that weird? Were you not close to another car, or were you not like?
No, it was pretty far down.
Did you have a condom?
She opened the glove
She
box
had one.
to find a condom.
She seems like
She's done this
date
before.
many
Yeah.
times.
She opens the glove box for a condom and goes through like baseball cards and like a Bible.
A blue color scheme. That's cool. That's my shirt also. And take it away, guys.
I didn't want to say anything. I was sitting there.
Like,
I was
I
like,
get it. It's a word
This
you
is
use.
sexist
But like,
of
in
you
the
guys.
This is why
It's
I was a
not
little bit
sexist.
trepidatious about coming onto this podcast.
We work like together sometimes in the ad space making commercials through my job. Sometimes Slime will write for us. Sometimes Ludwig will act for us. Aiden at Shingles. And
Because I do a lot for you guys, all right? I
Yeah.
fucking quite literally died on camera
Yeah,
for you
okay.
guys.
for this
True.
podcast.
What is a term you use?
yeah,
when
but
someone
you
shot
should
at you?
use a different
You
word.
can't use it towards
Explain
women.
what you
My
meant.
bad.
So we're driving back, dude, and here's where it gets really weird. So she's taking me back to the Denny's, and it's a bit of a drive from the Denny's to the
Wait,
drive-in.
why did she take me to Denny's?
Because my car was there.
Okay.
Because we took her
I'm
car.
hungry again.
Yeah. It's like, and if that guy's there, I swear to God. And so, fucking go back to Denny's, and while on the way, we're on like the 10, and it's really late, and she starts fucking, dude. I thought I was gonna die. She's driving like she had just got her car, and she's like, I love having like a new car. It means I can just like abuse it, right? I can speed.
Right. So true.
And we're still talking, and shit, and she starts bringing up like the police and like police, you know, how dangerous their job is.
Yeah.
And this is where I start giving some static, where I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think that their job might be hard, but I think they're in a position of power, and oftentimes, and this is before, you know, a lot of the cultural things that
before
happened.
George Floyd.
Yeah, like before
Yeah.
it became like the hottest thing to talk about.
Anyway, that was the result.
So, dude, fuck you. By the way,
Why?
Here's why.
Yeah,
because,
fuck you.
Because this happens. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I see. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So, at home, please join in.
Okay, how about this? So for women, just to avoid any confusion, for women you say that their shot was cummy, and then for men you say that their shot was wet.
Yeah.
Like, I back up because I'm like, oh, whatever. But while we're having this conversation, she's doing like 95.
oh my god.
And she's in.
She's like so like you agree with me, right? She's like going faster. It's like, well, I don't. She's like, you agree with me,
she's going
right?
really fast. And
She just
It's like, well, I'll go on cruise
it's
control.
like Fight Club, but Tyler Durden is like a racist Republican girl, and she starts. So someone on her right is deciding that they want to go fast too, and she's like, "Oh my god, I think he's trying to race me," and she keeps flooring it.
What a
So now we're going like 105, and I'm in the car, and at this point, I'm like. I'm pretty much going through the idea of like, yeah, I might die today. You know, this might happen. This is what happens. You go really fast and you make a mistake and you get incinerated. And I'm just like dealing. I don't-
wake up in the Denny's.
I-
Get another chance.
but I'm not supposed to have sex with her.
Yeah.
Is God telling me.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. and so and I don't say anything because part of me in this period of my life, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, right? Like, if this happens, it happens. I'm not going to.
that period of our lives.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give her this. I'm not gonna say that I'm scared because part of me feels like she wants me to.
I respect that.
You know, so I'm like, yeah, all right. And
What are you
finally,
afraid of guns, pussy liberal boy?
Dude.
Are you afraid of going fast?
So
So
Shay's
his
shot
girlfriend-
was cummy.
Yeah.
his girlfriend spermed all over her.
That was rock. Okay. That's not what I was.
Right. That's what he was saying.
What's
like an
wrong?
8
What's wrong
episode
with
callback.
Ludwig? What's wrong with what he just said?
So this person like slows down. She slows down and she like goes to normal speed. We finally get off on the highway, and I remember this very, very clearly in particular. And she's like, she gets off, and she's saying like, and she keeps talking to me about like, society and like, obviously she's like leaning toward these topics that want to be very like, I want to take a side on this. And she's saying like, yeah, I think like gender roles too. Like I'm the kind of girl who like, I really like when a man like takes charge, and she was explaining this to me right after she started fucking like going 105. And I'm like, I bet that was like some sort of weird test for her. Like she wanted me to say, hey, you got to slow down.
I got these scars.
Hey, we're back, baby. It's news time.
Oh, news time! Yes!
I thought we were gonna do the song.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do the song. He just got really
we
loud.
have to we can't just do the same thing. That's
You
what they all
yell
want
every
from us.
week. That's what you do.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, that was different. What you did, totally a new thing.
I'm gonna make the last cup come. They
So finally, she just straight up asks me. She's like, "What are your political like?"
that we do now.
New
Screaming is timeless, I would argue.
boom. Thank you.
You guys are the same. I've always said that about you too.
You guys the same.
News
Same.
is
Get in there with that gummy.
Farting, not
I'll
timeless.
get in there with that gummy.
Don't
cousin.
touch my gummies,
I'll
man.
get inside it
The
with
pack
you.
is sealed.
At the time I described, I was like, oh, I'd say I'm pretty like liberal guy, or like pretty on the left side, and no, I was the one who said left side. I remember this because she said, oh wow, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like, I'm more toward the right, and I'm like, yeah.
She's doing the thing, like it sounds like she's doing the thing through the whole date where she's sort of doing the like soft, line cast to see if you give her any ground so she can like really get
And
into
I
it,
never did, right?
Yeah.
Every time she'd like basically heat check me on that, I'd be like, well, no, I don't really agree. I think that there's this.
That guy once in my own home told me to get up and shut the front door. Like the front door of our house was open, and he was like, "Go close that."
That's some shit Aiden would do.
And I was like, I looked at him and I said, "You just tell me to go shut my own door?" I was so confused.
What is that?
Dude.
What was that stray bullet, dude?
Got him, coach. She says this really interesting thing where she's like, "Oh yeah, well, it's really interesting. I don't think I've ever dated anyone who's like liberal."
A pussy.
she has to go through more words again.
Yeah, colored. And I'm like,
So we want more because I want all my boys to be comfy.
I want some briefs.
So
I need some
MeUndies,
briefs.
we're beefing.
I want some dark briefs because I have a lot of underwear with skid marks right now.
that is actually true. By the way, meundies.com/yard.
Bye.
That is actually
We're going back
true.
to the other episode. We're going back. Bye.
She's really interested in seeing me again.
She's ready to finally
try it.
date
and
a
what I
liberal.
said was like, I was like, yeah, I think that.
I can change him.
And I don't do the Aiden thing because that freaks me out. But
You want to test drive trucks later?
I was definitely like, yeah. I mean, I think that issues are meant to be talked about, and I like seeing people for the person. In my head, I'm like, I would like to have sex with her again, but can you bring me on a journey through your emotions?
They went and got me, and my only emotion right now is just surprised because it's my third time playing Fall Guys.
MeUndies, thank you.
Aiden has skid marks. Aiden has skid marks.
So you kind of like linked, you like soul linked, like locked in with the bean.
The bean, yeah. They. I mean, I just played well.
Dude, 7th grade at our school, scooping was like the biggest thing in the world.
Me too.
Yeah.
Scooping. Scoop like, oh yeah, stop it! I hate it. I just remembered.
I've never seen a profile like this in my life.
Yeah.
The first thing it says, I get along best with people who are dorks like me. If you watched Filthy Frank growing up, I will probably love you, LOL. That's my kind of humor. That's the
Holy
first
shit.
part. And then the second part is, you should not go out with me if you don't like kids. I'm a mom, if you couldn't tell. If
Wait,
you watched anime dubbed, or if you're a liberal.
And that's how the conversation ends. We have a kiss goodnight, and I drive home, and I go to the closet, and like an animal, and I go to sleep. You locked into the bean. You feel good. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Slime. That means a lot. It's one more person in the world.
Let's take it back to the couch.
What the fuck was that? What was that?
And you know what? that story was a different me, and the new me is different too.
But you still bring it up like
You
you're
still
both
bring it up
people.
like that's you.
Yeah, because sometimes when you go to war, you don't forget.
Okay.